So hello and welcome everybody. I'm Melanie Parker, founder of Party Plan 123 and the creator of the roadmap to Party Plan Success home study course. And it is my absolute pleasure. I'm so excited to welcome you all here tonight. And this is the third and it is also the final Q&A webinar where we're taking your questions from our free video series that's out there online for every single party planner to join in on. And it's our free video series that's called 5 Explosive Strategies to Never Ever Run Out of Bookings Again. So what we've been doing is doing a live webinar about once every week for the last few weeks at all different times of the week, different time zones, so that we can take your questions from that video series so that we can help you all to never ever run out of bookings again, because that's what we're all about here at Party Plan 123. So what we're going to do tonight, I'm going to do a quick little refresher of those 5 key points in 5 explosive strategies to never ever run out of bookings again. And then I'm going to take your live questions. I've got some questions that have previously been emailed into me or Facebook messaged into me. And I'm also going to open up for live questions on our chat box here today. So let me just explain to you, if you are joining us for the first time ever, and I know that some of you are, let me just explain to you how this works. We're on a live webinar. A webinar is just simply a seminar that's online, and you can join us from wherever you are, in your home or your workplace, wherever you might be with an internet connection. And I love it. I love the opportunity to be able to connect different people from all different places. So if you have a look to your left-hand side of the screen, you'll notice that there's a chat box in there. And that's where you, anyone joining in here, can type in a little message there to me. And that's where later on towards the end of the webinar tonight, I'll be going to that chat window and I'll be looking for your questions and then answering them live, which is really exciting. So let's get started. I've got a slideshow here for you tonight. And first of all, I just want to recap on where we've come so far in our video series called 5 Explosive Strategies to Never Ever Run Out of Bookings Again. The first video, and when I'm talking about the free video series, this video series is up there for everyone in Party Plan and direct sales to have a look at. It's on our website, partyplan123.com. And all you do is enter your name and your email address in there, and we will send you out 3 free videos that come out to you a few days apart so that you've got time to re-watch each one of those videos, absorb the information, implement those strategies, and then move on and add something else in as well. So the first video focuses on our most popular resource tool, which is called the wish list. And I'm sure you know by now that the wish list is just simply a little sheet of the names of your products without any prices that you give to each and every guest as they arrive at your party. They put their name up on the top right hand corner, and they simply just highlight their favorite pieces or their favorite products as you run your party and do your demonstration. So what is this doing? The wish list is helping you to create the desire for your guests to want to own the products just purely for the products that they love. So in other words, we're increasing their desire to want to own lots and lots of your products, and hopefully they fall in love with your products so much that they'll have so many pieces on their wish list that they can't simply afford to just buy them all. And so what they'll do is they'll consider the options to either join your company as a consultant for the income opportunity and so that they can own tons and tons of the products, or the next best option is to book a party with you and get the host rewards. So it increases the desire for your guests to want to not only join your company as a consultant, but to also book a party for the rewards as well. So that's the wish list in video number 1. Video number 2 has 2 strategies in it. And the first thing is we talk about the language to use. And my best suggestion is to not use the language of book a party and ask people to book a party and will you book a party to help your friend, but to delete that language and use something that's much more friendly and much more appealing, and to give the opportunity to say yes to the free products. And we spent heaps of time in our live webinar last week answering your questions on this video, video number 2. The good news is that webinar is recorded, and you can actually request for us to send you out that live recording as well. So that was video number 2 Q&A webinar. So simply forget about the words book a party and offer the opportunity, give free product. And we'll talk about free product all the way through the party. So we're looking for the first 3 people to say yes to the free product today. What we're doing next is giving away the free product. So let's move on to number 3, and that's where we talked about the group bookings pitch. And you'll notice the language of free product coming into the group bookings pitch. I think it's in there 5 times. So we're always using the words, always using the language free product. By the way, when I'm talking about free product, it's best for you to personalize that to the type of product that you're working with. So let's say you're working with homewares. You might say, ladies, today we've got loads and loads of free homewares available for you. We're looking for the first 3 ladies who wish to say yes to the free homewares. If you're working with makeup, then change your language to, we've got loads and loads of free makeup to give away today. We're looking for the first 3 ladies who wish to say yes to the free makeup. So let me quickly take you through the group bookings pitch. The group bookings pitch sounds like this. And this comes halfway through your party. So what you've done is you've done your introduction, you've shown some product displays, you've given them time to work on their wish list. So everyone's had about 10 to 15 minutes to get hands on, go through all your products, and remember how many products do we suggest for our guests to highlight on their wish list? We're waiting for everyone to have at least 3 to 4 products highlighted on their wish list, and then we go into the group bookings pitch. And the group bookings pitch is simply like this. We say to everyone, okay, what we're doing next is giving away the free product. So come take a seat, grab your free product brochure, and we're going to give away the free product next. So you gather everyone around the table, get them sitting back down, because at this stage, quite often, everyone's moving around and they've got a little bit excited. So gather them all back around the table. You want a captivated audience, you want eye contact, you want to be excited, and you want to be passionate about what you're about to offer them. You're about to give them the opportunity to say yes to the free product. Okay, so ladies, what we're doing next is giving away the free product. This is how friends can help friends have a fun get together like we're doing today here with Sally, but it's also the main way that we can help Sally work towards her rewards and her free products as well. So we're just simply looking for the first 3 ladies who wish to say yes to the free product. So who wants to be the first one to say yes to the free product? And you ask that to the group, and you use eye contact, and you're waiting for the first person to put their hand up and say yes. And quite often they will say to you, you mean book a party, don't you? And someone's going, yep, I will. And that is the group bookings pitch. This gives you another opportunity to get 2 bookings before you've even opened up for shopping time. So this is before you have even handed out a price list or a catalogue at your parties. Can you just imagine what a big difference this would make to your bookings and the number of bookings that you've got coming up in your next 3 weeks? This is huge. It's a magical strategy. It works. I've used this for years, and without this, there is no way that I would have had over 1,000 parties held like I have in the past few years. So it's the group bookings pitch. It gives you another chance to offer the free product before you open up for shopping time. It's a little bit of healthy peer pressure at play, because you've got the whole group around, everyone's watching who's booking, who's not booking, and the hostess is right there sitting there with you. So again, if this is the first webinar that you're joining in with us, and if you haven't seen our free video series on our website at partyplan123.com, you probably have a lot of questions about that, and you might be thinking, well, how does that all fit in, and how is that not confronting to people, and how do people say yes just like that? So I encourage you to go and watch our whole video series, go back and watch our previous 2 question and answer webinars that we've been doing already, and and we have addressed tons of that within those webinars there for you. So tonight we're going to be looking at steps 4 and 5, which is in the third video in the free video series that we've got called 5 Explosive Strategies to Never Ever Run Out of Bookings Again. So tonight we'll be recapping on the mindset of success, and number 5, which is all about booking more than you hold. And that helps to cut down your cancellations and your postponements, because I tell you what, if there's something that I've learned from my years getting to know lots of different party plan consultants from all different companies and all different locations, I think the number 1 challenge in party plan is to get enough bookings. And once we've got enough bookings, I think challenge number 2 for all of us across the board, no matter what company we're working with, no matter what kind of product, I think challenge number 2 would have to be to stop the cancellations and the postponements. How do we cut them down? How do we maximize the number of bookings that are going to go ahead? So we'll be going into that a little bit more later on tonight. Let's change slides here. Just before we get into learning a little bit more about steps number 4 and 5, I want to take an opportunity to share with you some testimonials that have come in from people just like you who are watching these videos and finding them helpful from Party Plan 123. So this is Sandy. Sandy actually emailed me on a Saturday night, and she was just so excited after she watched all 3 videos, I think in one night she did. And what Sandy says is, I've learned more in your videos in one night than I have in all the months and the thousands of hours that I've spent reading or listening to all the others online. So this is from Sandy. She's very passionate and very excited about these free videos. And this is free content that we're putting out there. And the reason that we're doing that is, in the years that I've been in Party Plan, I have seen so many people come and so many people go. And I'm talking about consultants. So these are people like you and like I'm still out there doing parties just like you each and every week. So I am walking in your shoes. I am out there in the current market. And I've just seen so many people give up. And the reason that they're giving up is just because they can't get enough bookings. Yet I have found that by using these strategies that I share with you in Party Plan 123, the bookings are out there. We've just got to know how to get people excited enough to want to book a party, and to not feel like it's something that they're conned into, and to not feel like their friends twisted their arm to get them to book a party. And it's these strategies that are simple, they're fast, they're proven, they get results. And I just thought, you know what, I've got to help people. I've got to simply share this with a lot more people than who I'm just coming into contact with from my own team and my own company. I was getting lots of questions all the time, even from the ladies that I do work with in my own company that I still represent today. And I just wanted to have something a lot better to be able to share with you. And so that's what Party Plan 123 is all about. It's just me opening up the door and saying, hey, this is what I've done over the last 4 years now. It's worked tremendously for me. I believe it can help you. So let me show you how I've been doing it. And hey, go out there, give it a go, and I'm sure it can work for you too. Our next testimonial is from Shana at Party Light, and Shana got extremely excited. She watched the free video series and she took that information, and I love this. I want you guys to do this too. She took our information and she thought, oh, how can I mix this up a little bit and make it more appropriate for me, for the type of product that I'm using, and for what I feel comfortable implementing in my parties as well. She got so excited. She took what our theory about using the language of we're giving away the free products, and she did up this beautiful little sign, and she's using that at her parties to help her get more and more bookings. And so she Facebook messaged me this, and she says, hi Mel, what a brilliant, helpful and insightful page. So Shana's talking about our Party Plan 123 Facebook page. And she says, we would love to share a little something inspired from your videos. I was thinking of applying this to my hostess envelopes, popping it into our guest order bags as an extra incentive and using it as a sponsoring tool also. What do you think? I look forward to putting your constructive advice into play at my next candle party. Much thanks again, Shana. And I think Shana has done a beautiful job. There is absolutely no reason why this would not work for Shana. It's something that she believes, it's something that she's excited about, and that's half the challenge. If you can get excited about this, if you can feel comfortable with the strategies that we're training you, if you can feel confident and go out there and give it a go, then you're halfway there already. So go out there, use this, mold it for what's right for you, make it into your own, make sure you feel comfortable, and I hope it serves you tremendously. So thanks, Shana, for writing in. And hey, I love to hear success stories from you out there. So don't be shy. Jump onto our Facebook page at partyplan123. Write a little note in there for us, or even email me, melanie@partyplan123.com. So let's do a quick recap on steps number 4 and 5, because I want to get right into your questions for tonight. So step number 4, which is in video number 3, is talking about having a mindset of success. And for those of you that have been with me for a little while in Party Plan 123 now, you'll know that I talk all the time about your mindset as being the foundation for success. And we all know that you've got to learn how to do this, and we all know that you've got to put things into action. But if you don't have the right mindset, if you haven't decided to make Party Plan work for you, and if you haven't decided that this is just going to be something that you become good at and you're going to be successful, then all the knowledge and all the action will really get you nowhere unless you have a vision, unless you have a purpose, and unless you understand your reason why. And your reason why is the motivator. The reason why is something that goes deeper than just the income that you're making from Party Plan, or all the fabulous products that you get, or even the fact that you get to work flexible hours and choose when you want to work and how much you want to work. Your why is something that goes much deeper than that. It's an emotional reason why you start in Party Plan, and it's an emotional reason why you choose to stay in Party Plan. So for me, that is simply a lot about my relationship with my husband, being able to create the lifestyle that we really want to have together, to be able to have the time to spend together instead of me being out at some job that I'm traveling heaps and heaps of hours and working long days, 6, sometimes even 7 days a week. That's what my old job was like, and I didn't want it to be like that. So with Party Plan, I've been able to spend a lot more time at home, work the hours that I want to work, and that's led to a way better relationship with my husband. And I love being at home with my little fluffy dogs as well. In fact, they love me being home too. When I do go out for a full day of parties these days, they give me a little sad look as I walk out the door, and the next day when I'm home again, they just appreciate me being around the house so much more. So the foundation to your success, everyone, it's mindset. You've got to have a vision, you've got to have a purpose, you've got to know why you're in this. And we've got to fight off those negative thoughts. We've got to expect success and go out there with a great attitude. As you knock on the door to your hostess's house to run that next party, already see yourself as someone who's getting 2 bookings at that party. Already decide that you're going to get great results at that party. So it's a mindset of success. And I talk about the triple M of success all the time. Once you've got the right mindset, then you're ready to start the mastery, which is learning. And that's a part of what we're doing here tonight. You're asking me questions, I'll give you some answers, I'm helping you to increase your learning, and then you're ready to move up to number 3, which is movement. And movement is all about putting everything into action. So once you've decided you're going to be a winner, you know how to do things, you've got to get out there and do it. Because if you just learn all the time and you never actually try anything, then you're not going to get bookings. If you just learn all the time and you don't have the guts to do it, you're not going to survive in Party Plan. And you know what? It doesn't always work well for us when we first start either. I have learned from my mistakes as I keep going. So as I learn something new, I go and I implement it. I might make a few mistakes along the way, and then the next time I just learn how to do it a little bit better. And that's what this is all about. So that's the triple M of success. Number 5 strategy talks about booking more parties than you hold. And we talked about the frustration of cancellations and postponements, right? I mean, cancellations and postponements used to just drive me crazy. About 2 months into my party plan career, this was the thing that was annoying me the most. You know, the text messages or the phone calls that you get from the hostess on the day of the party, or you try to make all your hostess calls and she doesn't answer the phone, and then I have had this embarrassing situation before where you knock on the door and the hostess might be there, but she's not ready for a party and there's certainly no guests there. So how do we overcome these challenges of cancellations and postponements? And I'm going to ask you to toughen up a little bit here, and I'm going to ask you for permission to talk to you straight and to really speak to you honestly, because I have heard lots and lots of party plan consultants, and I've even thought this too myself when I was first starting out. I've heard lots of people say, look, as long as I do this party and I get one booking from this party to replace this one, I'm happy. As long as I get one booking per party, I'm happy. But what's the problem with that? The problem with that is there's always going to be some cancellations and postponements along the way. There's going to be some things that come up that you can't overcome the problem. I just had a hostess last week whose father had to suddenly go into hospital with heart problems. And I can't expect that hostess to have her party this Saturday night when her father is in a hospital 2 hours away and she wants to be out of town and looking after her father in hospital. So we've got to just understand the reality that there will be some cancellations and postponements. And if there is going to be some cancellations and postponements, it simply means that we have got to book more parties than we hold if we want to maintain a steady business. We've got to have more parties than what we hold if we want to keep things going at a steady rate, and definitely if we want to be doing more parties than what we're doing right now. So what's the lesson here? One booking per party is simply not enough. Now, there's loads more things about your cancellations and postponements that we could train on. In fact, I think I could go for a whole day seminar just on how to avoid cancellations and postponements. Look, a lot of it comes down to your hostess coaching, and one of our questions is about that later on tonight. So we will get into that for you shortly. Okay, so let's get into the fun part. This is where I'm taking your questions. I've got 8 questions that have been sent to me prior to the live webinar, and we'll be going through those questions first. While I'm going through these questions, if you've got anything else that you'd like me to talk about and answer for you, just go to that left-hand corner there, type into the chat box, let me know what your question is, and we will get to them tonight as well, I promise. So question number 1 is from Katrina, who is here live on the webinar tonight. Thanks for joining us again, Katrina. Katrina is a member of our Roadmap to Party Plan Success Home Study course. And that's just a course that we've created for you where there's 6 modules, and it goes through all the essentials of how to run a successful party plan business. So Katrina's question is, I want to know how I can build my forward program when it falls really low. So by forward program, she's talking about how many bookings she's got coming up in the next, say, 2 to 3 weeks. So when that's getting really low, how do I build it back up again? And I'm pretty sure what Katrina's saying is, how do I build it back up again fast? She says, I'm not doing regular parties and I'm struggling to get bookings at the parties. Now, what I want to share with you here is something that I think maybe I haven't told you guys yet. And when I've got something, when I've got urgency in my bookings, when I've got a reason why I need to fill up my bookings calendar fast, maybe I'm working on an incentive with my company, like a prize or some kind of bonus that's happening, or maybe I have had a really bad run of cancellations or postponements. Maybe I've been away on holidays and I've got some urgency to how can I quickly get lots more people holding parties right now. This is what I do. I use this really just this kind of fun little quirky thing that I've done for quite a lot of years now. And I give the ladies that book in the next 10 days, I give them an extra gift. So let's say I'm doing the group bookings pitch and I get all the way to that last question. I say, so who wants to be the first one to say yes to the free product? And someone puts up their hand and I say to Mary, so Mary, are you looking for a weekday or a weekend? She might answer that. And then I say to her, Mary, now look, I've got some extra gifts going at the moment. I am offering, if you do choose a date that's within the next 10 days, I have X, or you can choose from these little gift pieces here or something like that, or I have a $20 gift voucher or a bottle of champagne. I have this extra gift as a thank you for holding your party anytime in the next 10 days. So this date and this date is the ones I've got available. Which would you prefer? And then you narrow it down using the bookings funnel to the day, the time, and get her in for a definite day and time. So one of my favorite ways that I still use all the time, if I need to get way more bookings happening fast, if I need to build up how many bookings I've got and how many parties actually go ahead, when I get someone that says yes to booking a party, I say to them, now at the moment, I have some extra little gift pieces for those who do book and hold within the next 10 days. I have this one or this day in the next 10 days, which will be better for you. And so I'm using that bookings funnel, but the goal here is to incentivize them, to offer them, to give them something extra as a thank you for having it in 10 days. So what that is completely up to you. You can choose, and it could be a scratchy, it could be anything, but just offer something a little bit extra for booking within 10 days. So I'm assuming that you would agree with me here that someone that books and holds within 10 days is of very high value for you, because quite often we have ladies that might want to book 2 or 3 weeks away. But can you just imagine if you could take someone that was going to book 3 weeks away and you bring that person forward to holding the party within only 10 days? Sure, you might be giving her a little gift or something that might cost you $10 or $20, but you do her party and then you offer the same 10-day bonus again, and you meet someone else that books a party and holds it within 10 days. What's just happened? Within that original 3-week window, that lady, so let's say Joanne that you've just met and she wants to book a party, she wanted to have it in 3 weeks, but because you're offering an extra prize for having it in the next 10 days, she books it in 10 days. You go do Joanne's party, you meet someone else, you offer the 10-day prize again, you book another one, you hold another one 10 days. So in 3 weeks, you've held 2 parties instead of only 1. And so what have you done? You've actually doubled your income. And so I'm sure you'd agree that your little tiny investment of maybe a $10 gift or a $20 gift for each of those people is really, really worth it, because you have just made twice as much money in 3 weeks as what you were going to. So does that make sense? It's a little extra gift. It's a little bit of an investment from yourself. It's a little bit of extra effort, but that is how you can massively grow your number of bookings, how you can get them to hold in a short amount of time. So of course you only give them that extra gift at the party. They've got to hold the party. It's got to be within the 10 days in order for them to get that extra gift. So I hope that's an extra new little idea there for you, Katrina. Let's move on to Tracy's question. Tracy is from Party Light, and she's written in and said to me, what's the best things to give as a hostess thank you gift for having you in their homes? So I guess Tracy's asking if the company that she works with maybe doesn't do a lot of hostess gifts. Maybe she wants to offer something extra. What's the best thing for you to personally decide to offer? So in my opinion, I always feel that the best gifts to give back to your hostesses is your actual products. So something that you can give from your product line, something that is free product all in line with what you are promoting and the company that you're working with, because that's what they're motivated for. That's what they want. They're coming to the party to see the products that you're working with. So why not give them some kind of products to be able to receive as thank you gifts as a hostess? Now, if there's some kind of reason why you can't give your actual products as a hostess gift, maybe the products you're working with are really, really expensive, maybe, I don't know, for whatever reason, what else can you do? And whenever you've got a problem, you always say, well, what are my options? If option A doesn't work, then what's option B? If option B doesn't work, what's option C? And you've got to look at all different ideas, all different strategies and solutions, and then you've got to run with one that you're really excited about and one that you believe in. So I'm hoping that tonight you're catching on to at least one new idea that you can go away and implement and get results. And you'll get results because you are excited about it. You will get results when you let your enthusiasm show through, because they're going to see the genuine integrity in your eyes. They're going to see the excitement, and they're going to trust you because of that. So again, get excited, get out there, believe in what you're doing and offering it. So if there's a reason why you can't offer your own products as a hostess gift, then use something like a bottle of champagne, a box of chocolates. I think a gift voucher is probably the next best thing. If you can't give them your physical products, then at least give them a gift voucher. So it might be a $10 or a $20 gift voucher. And because again, I find that people are most motivated to be a host or a hostess by your products. They want free products. That's what they're there for. They either want the free products or they want to help their friend who's the previous hostess to get her free products, right? In support of each other. It's friends helping friends have a great time together. So I hope that's an idea for you there, Tracy. Number 3. Now, I've popped this question in here because I know that you would be wondering this for yourself. And I think things like this, when I'm doing training courses, when I'm learning from other experts in the party plan industry, I'm always curious to know, well, what's your real results trainer? What's your real results expert? So I've popped this question in there for you to satisfy your curiosity. And again, I want to share real life examples. I want to make sure you're understanding how this has worked for me, and hopefully it can work for you too. So number 3 is, what is your retention rate, Mel? Now, a retention rate is the number of parties that go ahead. So let's say you've got 10 parties booked in for the month. Well, how many of them, Mel, so asking me, Melanie Parker, founder of Party Plan 123, out there doing parties still every single week. So Mel, how many parties of yours would go ahead if you had 10 booked in for a month? So look, traditionally, my retention rate sits at around 80%, 85%. On average, around the 80-85. So it means out of every 10 parties that I have booked in, only about 8, maybe 9 of them are going ahead. It's not unusual for 1 or 2 to postpone every now and then, or to cancel, like my hostess in the last couple of weeks whose dad was in hospital. And the reason I want to share that with you is so that you can, I think we all tend to beat ourselves up too easily in this party plan world. We're very quick to put ourselves down and to feel like we're a failure and to feel like it's not working for me. It's working for everyone else, we think. It works for her and she gets bookings all the time and she doesn't seem to ever have any cancellations. She's up there receiving this award and getting this free holiday and earning all this money. And a lot of us feel like we're the only ones that it's not working for. So the reason I want to share this with you is because I know that over the years, a lot of people have asked me that have worked in my company, they kind of get this impression that I don't get any cancellations or any postponements just because I am doing so many parties all the time. And the reality is that I do get some cancellations and postponements, but I just have really good systems in place that I make sure that I'm booking more parties than what I've held so that the cancellations and the postponements don't affect me. I know how many parties I need to have booked in to be able to earn the amount of money that I need to earn this week. I know how many parties I need to have booked in, and I know how many parties will probably go ahead based on my statistics, based on my average, based on my previous retention rate over the last 4 years. So my retention rate is about 80%. So that means out of every 10 parties that I have booked in, about 8 of them go ahead. Why am I sharing that with you? Because I want you to feel much better about yourself. I want you to be able to measure yourself against that, measure yourself against me, and I'm sure there's lots of you on the line that are getting 80% of your parties going ahead, but you're beating yourselves up over the 20% that might cancel or postpone. So stop beating yourself up, be confident, be really excited, tell yourself you're a party plan rock star, get on with it, just keep booking more parties than you hold, and it's all gonna be fine. So keep going, keep going, keep going, stop beating yourself up, know your numbers, know your retention rate, and then work with that. Work with your average and plan for it. And do your goal setting. Goal setting is another thing that we talk about in the 3rd video, which I didn't mention much at the beginning of this webinar. But goal setting is a huge thing. Know your numbers. Ask yourself, how much money do I need to earn from this party plan thing each week? And in order to earn that money, how many parties do I need to do every week to earn that income? So that's my retention rate. Number 4 is from Amanda. So Amanda is a member of our Daily Dose video membership subscription. So that's just simply these little videos that we email out to these members every single day. It's a short video, it goes for 1 to 3 minutes, and you get one every single day to lift your party plan mojo, get you excited and on track for your day. So Amanda's question is, what is an acceptable gift to offer when you leave a competition box in a business? Should I leave a bottle of bubbly or a $20 voucher maybe? So Amanda's talking about one of my strategies that I talk about when you need to create bookings when you might have none, or maybe you don't have enough and you want to find a faster way to get more bookings rather than only the ones you're getting from your parties. So this is what I would call doing promotional work. So it's putting a little competition box into a local business. I love to use fast food joints or places that are anywhere that people have got to sit around and wait for something. So maybe they wait in a hairdresser's for an appointment, or a beautician, or even in a medical surgery. And put a little competition box in there and offer some kind of free product as a prize for people to enter into. But Amanda's saying, well, what should I offer the business owner as a thank you for having that competition box in the business? So again, Amanda, this is so totally up to you. It is completely your decision what you would like to offer these business owners. And again, I would suggest that you take my advice of running with something that you believe in, something that you feel comfortable with, and something that you feel passionate with. So if you feel good about offering the bottle of bubbly, then offer the bottle of bubbly. If you feel good about offering a $20 voucher, offer a $20 voucher. Or maybe you want to try a few different things and find what works best for you. So maybe try different gifts in different types of businesses or with different people, and see which one is more appreciated, or see which is more taken more with enthusiasm, and then repeat that. Keep using that as your prize. Remember, I quite often make it even more simple than that. And I quite often will just say to them, look, as a thank you for having this competition box in your business, I would like to offer each and every one of your staff the opportunity to put 2 entries into the draw for the free prize. So quite often, I don't even do a separate gift that's just for the business owner. I just simply offer, as a thank you for having this competition box here, let me offer the opportunity for every single one of your staff members to have 2 entries into the prize. So there you go. That's another little idea. But again, the theme here tonight is that you've got to choose strategies that you feel comfortable in. You've got to use strategies that you feel confident with, and things that get you excited, things that can light up your face, get your eyes bright, get you enthusiastic. Because if you can let that shine, and if you can let that come across to the people that you're talking to, then they're going to believe in you, and the level of trust and the honesty coming through will allow them to be interested in what you have to offer. So question number 5 is, what do you do if your partner or your family are not supportive of you in your business? And we hear this all too often in Party Plan. Look, I know it's just a reality that's out there, so I thought let's lay it on the table and have a little conversation about this. So let's say maybe you've got a husband or a mother or a sister that really just cares for you and loves you, but is saying things like, this just doesn't seem to be working for you. You're just getting heartbroken every time you get a cancellation or a postponement. I know you had all these grand plans of being able to earn all this extra money and all this extra income from Party Plan, but it's just not working for you. Move on, go back to a real job. And my best suggestion here, and again, now this comes from personal experience, about 2 or 3 months into my parties, I was hitting those challenges of the cancellations and the postponements. They were driving me nuts. And another thing that was driving me crazy was just trying to work out, how do I do all the customer payments and collect all the money for delivery and have that working smoothly and effectively. So I was getting frustrated, and I was letting that frustration out verbally. So I was whinging and complaining about that. And guess who was hearing it all? It was my husband. So my husband was the one that would hear me when I'd get off the phone from the hostess that just cancelled her party because of some silly reason that I didn't think was a good reason at all. And I would complain, and my husband would hear it. And he would see how frustrated I'm getting. And so then he'd think, well, I don't want you to be upset, Mel. I don't want you to feel bad. Just go back to your normal job, or just don't worry about it at all. Don't work at all. And so I realized, remember, I'd gone right back to that foundation of success. I knew that Party Plan was what I wanted to do. So I had chosen to make it work. I had decided in my mind that it was going to work. I knew I was going to be successful. I was just still working out how to do that. And so what I did here, now this was advice that I got from my manager. And my manager said to me, well, when you're feeling like that, don't let your husband see it, and don't let your husband hear it. And it's true, because if we're letting those things out to the people around us, to our family, to our closest friends, to our partner, of course they're going to feel like, you're going through tough times, and of course they're going to be having doubts in their own mind about whether this is the best thing for you to do. So this is not easy for all of us to figure out. You've got to put some hard work and some effort in. You've got to try things and figure out what works well for you. And, you're going to have to keep getting a little bit better and a little bit better every single party you do and every single phone call that you do. Practice makes perfect, and you've got to go out there, you've got to implement, and you've got to make mistakes along the way. You've got to understand that that's completely fine, completely normal. So if you're finding it hard with family, with friends that aren't supportive, try to check in with yourself and ask yourself, well, am I verbally letting those thoughts out and showing those frustrations? So just try to keep that to yourself, and maybe only talk about your frustrations with your manager or your upline. You should never be talking about frustrations and complaints with your team members, and definitely not with anyone that you have sponsored into Party Plan or recruited for yourself. So with your frustrations and your challenges, we all have them. I still have them. So with your frustrations and your challenges, you should only talk about that with your manager, with your leader, with your trainer, with someone that can help you, and keep that negativity away from your closest friends, your family, and your partner. And that's going to increase the level of support because they'll hear you talking about the fun times and the great times, and you come home from a really awesome party and you've just got 2 bookings and you've met a new recruit and you've sold over $1,000 of products. So let them see the excitement. So what happened with me is that now my husband is extremely supportive and absolutely loves my party plan career, and it's because I've been able to get through those challenges, get through the tough times, figure out how to make it work and turn it into a real income, and to be able to use Party Plan as an opportunity to help create the lifestyle that we really desire to have with each other. So that was my little bit of insight there about helping your partners, your friends and your family to be more supportive of you. Number 6 is I don't like to set goals because every time I have in the past I've failed. So what do you suggest? Now, I've realized from these kind of questions coming in that goal setting is something that I do a lot of, but goal setting is not something that I have shared with a lot of you yet. So I'm going to be planning to add in a lot more about goal setting within the training that I'm doing here at Party Plan 123. Now, with goal setting, very, very quickly, you might have heard of the SMART principles. So it's SMART, have specific goals, have measurable goals that are attainable, that are realistic and time bound. Now, the reality is that if you want to be focused and you want to be successful, we do need to have goals, but those goals need to be achievable. Those goals need to be realistic. So start off with a small goal and make sure it's something that's achievable, maybe a little bit of a stretch. You're going to feel great when you achieve it, and decide what you're going to do as a reward for yourself when you do achieve that goal as well. I still set goals every single month, but my monthly goals are my big ones. So I have very clear and concise monthly goals. They are financial goals. They are goals about how many parties I will do, but they are also goals about what that means for me in my lifestyle. So how is the achievement of those goals translating into the lifestyle that I'm choosing to create? And how am I rewarding myself? And what's it going to mean if I miss out on those goals? What's the consequence of that? I ask myself these questions every single month, and then each week I check in and see how I'm going, and I can measure myself against those goals. I've got a great little Excel spreadsheet that I use for all of this, and that's what I want to be sharing with you more in upcoming training. So that's the goal setting. So we do have to do goal setting, but start off by making something that's realistic, achievable, and then each month as you achieve that goal, just make it a little bit higher, a little bit higher, a little bit higher. It's small steps, just little tiny steps all the way up along the line of success. Number 7, what can I do to stop my hostesses from cancelling? Oh boy, this is the one that I could just keep going and going and going, I think for the next 9 hours, but we don't have 9 hours here tonight. So simply look, to stop your hostesses from cancelling, it comes back greatly to your hostess coaching. So hostess coaching, sitting down with your hostess when you first meet her, when she first books the party, and talking her through the party pack, sending out a letter or a card in the mail to confirm, and then making 2 phone calls at least, depending on how far away you've booked that party. But the first phone call is just a quick and easy, nice and friendly, did you get my letter in the mail? The second phone call is all about the little checklist and making sure that you've helped your hostess to be set up and ready for a great party. And then of course you arrive at the party about half an hour before to set up. So to stop your hostesses from cancelling, it's really, really effective hostess coaching. So we've got lots of training about that. There's lots of that in the Roadmap to Party Plan Success Home Study course, and you'll get little snippets of that throughout the Daily Dose subscription video membership as well. Number 8 is a question that I had at our live seminar just recently, and this was, what can I do to overcome the fear of hostess phone calls? So one of the easiest things here to overcome the fear of the phone calls, I think one of our fears is that we feel like when we ring our hostess, we're interrupting her. We're interrupting her life, and we feel like we're giving her a chance to almost cancel and give us a reason why she can't have the party. But my suggestion here is to build this into your hostess coaching and to tell her what to expect. So when you first sit down and you talk her through the party pack, you will let her know. What I'll do next is I'll give you a call in the next couple of days to see if you've got any questions. So you've told her that you're going to ring, and then when you go to call her, it's not a surprise. She's expecting your call, so she feels comfortable with the fact that you're ringing. And she knows that you're ringing up for a purpose. So you're ringing to check, did you get my letter in the mail? I've saved this day and time for you. I've written down all your favorite products that were on your wish list. How are you going with your guest list so far? And have you got any other questions at this stage? Then at the end of that phone call, you tell her, I'm going to give you a call again the week of your party. And what we're going to do in that next phone call is go through your little hostess tips form that is inside your party pack. So do you see how I've set up each phone call along the way for your hostess to expect that phone call? So that fear of making the phone call because you feel like you're interrupting your hostess's life, it's taken away because you've explained to her that this is what we're going to do. And I'm doing this so that I can help you get as much free product as possible. She wants the free product. She wants you to help. I'll tell you one thing I know from listening to guests around the table and listening to people that have all different sorts of parties. They hate it if they don't hear from you because they don't know if you're organized. They don't know if you're coming. They don't know if you're set up and ready. They don't know if you've got the products ready that you said you'd try and get from someone to show at the next party. So you've got to keep in touch with them because they want you to keep in touch with them. You're there working for your hostess. You're there to help her get as much free product as possible and to have a really, really fun time with her friends. And one of the ways that you're doing that is through helping your hostess with the hostess coaching. So don't be afraid of the phone. And a couple of other little tips here is scheduling times. Use block times that you will make your phone calls. So for me, quite often on a Tuesday or a Wednesday night, I will go into my office or into a separate room. I'll close the door and I'll make those phone calls at about 6:30 at night until 8 o'clock at the very latest. It doesn't usually take a whole hour and a half, but that's about the window of time that's quite normal for me to make my phone calls. I find that that's a time that a lot of my hostesses answer the phone, and I want to be able to get those phone calls done as quickly as possible. So I want to choose a time that most people will answer the phone. So block times, lock yourself away in a room or actually, in my old house, we didn't have a very good closed-in office that I could make my phone calls from. And this is a little bit embarrassing to share, but I will share it anyway. The most private room that I could use in my old house was the bathroom because it had a really good sliding door, it was quiet, and it was at the back of the house. So you don't need a fancy office that's just for you to do your party plan business. My phone calls were made from the bathroom for probably a good 18 months or so. So there you have it. We can do this from anywhere, whether it's our kitchen table or in our car, in a special office, or even in your bathroom. My hostesses didn't know I was calling from the bathroom, but that's what worked best for me. That's where I could get the privacy, the space, and the quiet time that I needed to make my hostess phone calls effectively. Now, I just want to flick to this next screen where I can share with you where you can get more of these free resources, because I'm well aware that some of you might be joining this live webinar tonight where a friend of yours knows about Party Plan 123, but you may never have met me before or heard of Party Plan 123 before this webinar. So the reason that everyone's in on this webinar is because we offer a free video series that's all about helping you to never ever run out of bookings again. It's called 5 Explosive explosive strategies to never ever run out of bookings again. It's on our homepage when you go to our website. So I just want to put those links up there on the screen for you to see, because if you haven't got those videos yet, then do yourself a favor, go and grab them. It's free training for you to help you to never ever run out of bookings again. So our website, www.partyplan123.com. You just put your name and your email in there, and we will email out these 3 free videos over a series of several days. And I just also want to let you know that one of the other most popular pages that we've got on our website offers you free download resources. So these are tools and documents or even diagrams to explain something and to help you understand it. And the group bookings pitch that we've been talking about through tonight's webinar is also on that free resource page as well. So you can go to partyplan123/free-resources, and it's just the second page that's on our main website there. So feel free to share that with everyone else in Party Plan consultants in your company, or even other friends that you know that work with different Party Plan companies as well. So just while you're writing down those links or typing them into your browser, I want to take a quick flick over and see if we've got any other questions here that we should answer before we wrap it up for today. Oh, thank you, Katrina. You've brought along some other friends to join in on the webinar. So there you go. So that's just what I was talking about. So some of you may not have seen this video series. So please jump in there to our website and grab that free series for yourselves right now. We've got people from Party Light and Intimately Yours, perfumes, cosmetics, jewelry. I think that's all the questions for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you for joining me here. I'm Melanie Parker, founder of Party Plan 123. It's been my absolute pleasure to join you here today. So thank you for joining in. We will be offering lots more free training, so stay in touch, and I'll hope to see you soon. Now, as I close off this live webinar, I am going to invite you to join in on a quick little survey that you can give us some answers of what else you would like us to help you with. So I want to make sure that we're creating training content that is right on track of what you want from us. So if there's different topics that you want us to train on, or if there's a topic that you need us to go deeper in and help you more with, then let us know. Also, we are planning on doing lots of live events in all different locations. So I'm curious to know, where do you think you get a big bunch of you all together for us to come and do a live seminar event? So as I close, I'm going to take you to a survey page, and I'd love to get your input on what you'd like us to help you with next. So it's been a privilege to be here with you today. I'm Melanie Parker, founder of Party Plan 123, and we're helping you to never ever run out of bookings again, so that you can truly achieve the lifestyle that you really, really dream of for you and for your family. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.